You know, I just realized what it is that's going on inside of me. I have these moments of incredibly deep sorrow and grief, and I can't pinpoint why I feel sad. And for somebody who's been studying their emotions for over a decade, that's not a likely thing to happen. And so I'm feeling this grief. And I'm watching this movie, this beautiful moment that I found to be sacred and true and real happened in the movie, like something you wouldn't see having not known otherwise. And to give you a picture, this man had lost his wife, and the entire movie is somewhat based around their family grieving having the first Christmas without their mom. And Blue is nibbling his pillow in the background. But I started crying watching this movie, and like a good deep cry that I felt I've needed all day. And the only thing that came to mind as I started crying was, I know what's real. I know what's real. And I've recognized in that very simple statement and truth I feel within myself. I realized what I'm grieving is illusion, and not a literal illusion. Perhaps it is actually, as these trees look like illusions with water streaming down on the window. I am getting to know truth, and with that comes the loss of everything you had ever known, because the majority of it was an illusion. And so life as I know it has died, and I know what's real. I can see people's expressions in their face with no expression. I can see the sadness in their eyes when they're smiling. I can feel the energy in the room like it's my own. I can feel Blue's anxiety across the couch. I can feel the weight of the rain on the roof. Like, I really, really feel it. I feel everything. And that's become my compass in life. It's feeling my way through. Because that is how intuition leads us. When when we can't make sense of the situation and you go within and you ask that higher knowing inside your being, it responds with a feeling. You know, every time my intuition has guided me not to go somewhere, it's presented with anxiety. And when I bring in the thought of not going to that place or location, or the anxiety goes away. And so this has become a really incredibly fun practice on how to lead with that internal knowing system, that deep down where you know what's true. And eventually you just live there. But it takes some practice in which I'm still undergoing. And I don't know if the practice ever actually stops. Maybe it's just a weight you just keep adding more weights to, like a weight machine. You just never stop adding on. Excuse me. And so I wonder how many of us are feeling this, yet don't actually know what's going on. And you know, I think that I feel comes with this is a real ego death. Because you realize how much none of that actually is truth. It is the illusion. Because the ego can adopt or create whatever will feed it. You know, and now suddenly it feels as if I can't even fool myself. Because I know what to be true inside my heart, and nothing could stand in the way of knowing that anymore. And I can adopt, you know, different habits and behaviors and patterns and habits, and I said habits, but, and still, and still realize and know deep within me that what I'm doing or choosing to do is not in alignment, and that feeling is so uncomfortable that Blue's having baby burps behind me. And that knowing is exhausting when you don't listen to it. That knowing is so loud. You can't ignore it. And so you just feel. You feel it all. You cry when you need to cry. You grieve when you need to grieve. Because you know. and have practiced the power of expressing your emotions. Because you know that they're guiding you, and you know what you feel. And I don't mean feeling as in I don't feel like going to work, or I don't feel like that. I'm not talking about that kind of feeling. I'm talking about the feeling that you know you shouldn't be doing that, whatever it is. You know that's hurting your being. You know that you shouldn't talk to that person anymore. You know when you do talk to that person, it's because you're running from something. You know a conversation that needs to be had. You know the love you crave so deep within you needs to come from within you first, before you can see. You know, deep down, everything's going to be okay. And practicing and listening to that and letting it lead you doesn't always make sense, and it's not always butterflies and rainbows, but it is real. It's the realest thing you'll ever experience, and I truly believe that that's actually what we came here to experience. Is what's real in a world of illusion. What is real in a world of illusion?